How's it going, everybody? KCP3 here. Today I'm gonna give you my Nintendo Switch presentation review. I just got done finishing up the review. I mean, not the review. I just got done finishing up the press conference that happened last night around like 11 p.m. Eastern time here in the States. It was like an hour long, and for the most part, to be honest with you, it was not really as good as I thought it was going to be. It was actually pretty much overall to me personally. Didn't really find that much to it. It was kind of disappointing in some ways, and I'm actually about to talk about it right now. There's a lot of Nintendo fans that I know that is going to pick this game to pick up the system day one, and pretty much if you're not a very die-hard or hardcore Nintendo fan, you're definitely going to pick this game or pick up this console day one. It's actually understandable. Well, pretty much you coming from a person like me, which the last Nintendo console I ever owned was a Nintendo GameCube. I wasn't really into the Wii with the gimmicks and the Wii U gimmick as well. I didn't like neither of those, so that's pretty much why the GameCube is like my last one. I don't really play handhelds anymore, so the 3DS and 2DS and things like that in general I didn't get. So, but yeah, let's get into this review real quick. So, pretty much for Nintendo Switch review presentation, it did announce the launch date is going to be March 3rd of this year. So, it's actually like 2 months away. It's very, very soon. They pretty much just said they already, said that it already been confirmed that they're only going to be selling like 2 million when it first comes out or whatever like that. So pretty much, I know it's going to be sell out real quick from like the Nintendo fans and things like that in general, especially with the bundles that they're going to have coming eventually. Because I think today and tomorrow they're going to be talking about like the games and the hands-on presentation and stuff like that. So I haven't seen any of that. I just got done watching the press conference like from last night, so I don't know what's going on right now with the gaming news. There may be new games that's going to be talked about right now that I don't know about, and I may have to do an update video later on it, or may not do an update video later on, depending on how much content they talked about. But yeah, they also said the price was going to be $299, which I think is not, which is actually a very not smart deal, because pretty much we all heard that the rumors are going to be like 250, but 299, which is $50 more. You're talking about the system already is going to be like underpowered. It was like 32 gigabytes and stuff like that in general. So you're talking about it's going to be on the same stance, kind of like the PS4, the Xbox One, the first editions. Because pretty much right now on some certain deals, you can get an Xbox One S bundle for 250 sometimes, sometimes 260. I recently bought one for my little brother for Christmas for 250, the Battlefield 1 bundle. So pretty much, not even like $300 you can buy for the old consoles. You can probably buy a little bit less depending on if you go to Amazon, Best Buy, GameSpot, or GameStop, or something like that in general. So pretty much, you're talking about paying a little bit more for a underpowered system that is actually not as powerful as the last generation consoles. Not including the Pro, not well last version of the new current console. Not talking about the Pro Scorpio, because Scorpio's not out, but with the S. So that I think that was actually a bad move there by Nintendo's part. One of the good moves is they did say that the system itself is not going to be region locked, which is pretty good. So pretty much, if you want to play online with friends, you can play. You don't have to stick with one territory. You can play. If you're in the United States, you can play Splatoon with somebody in Japan or somebody out in Korea, somewhere in Europe or stuff like that in general. So it's pretty cool. That's one of the main things that I got to get a Nintendo for. Um, the region lock. Now, pretty much see what we got here next. They showed some games as well. Super Mario Odyssey. Now, me personally, I'm not really into Mario anymore, but this game looks kind of interesting to me. It, had a New York Time, the New York Times trailer when he jumped from the sewers, which is pretty cool. Of course, it was like Timberland jokes and stuff that was going around there, so that was a pretty cool treat and stuff like that. It looked like a Super Mario Galaxy, like a like a like a like a world like that, because pretty much you jump into different worlds and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me of Super Mario Galaxy 2. So it looks pretty cool. Like, honestly, like if I do buy a Nintendo Switch, I'm not. By the way, I'm not buying one day one. But if I do depend on buying one, depending on what kind of games they share there, that would actually be the main game. One of the main games I would actually get. Not because I'm a Super Mario game fan. It just looked interesting, and I definitely liked Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario 64 back in the day. So that's actually one of the rare occasions that I will actually pick up a Mario game. And pretty much on top of that, let's see here. They pretty much talked about the controller, which was actually, to be honest with you, another drawback to me. Not just the controller itself, because pretty much it was talking about this for at least 10, 15 minutes about like how the controller works and things like that in general. So pretty much they're kind of going back to that gimmick like I talked about with the controller. And pretty much, speaking of the controller, those prices, I think for the Pro, which is like normal controller, you're paying about like, was it $79 or $69 or something like that in general. That's a lot for a controller, for real. And then pretty much you want about a little small pieces, from the left and right. I think they're going to be like $50 and like $25 for each one or something like that. I don't really know per se. I just seen like a screenshot on the online about it, so I actually got to look it up and do the research myself. But you're paying an arm and a leg for a controller, so I mean, of course it's going to come with a pack with a controller. But me myself, I definitely would take the Pro controller over that little small controller because my hands are too big for that. I definitely did not like the reveal of the controller when it a couple months back. I definitely do not like the gimmick and stuff of it right now. So definitely I would not be using my hands on that. So that's actually more money. Like that's extra $69 right there if I want to get the Pro. I mean, if I want to get the game Nintendo Switch at launch, which I said I wasn't. On top of that, they had something called the HD Rumble, which pretty much did with the controller. When you shake it or whatever like that, you kind of feel like there's like I guess it has like some type of weight to it or whatever. They had an image of a guy with ice cubes, and they have like three ice cubes into the controller, and they pretty much showed an image of water actually in the ice cubes. So I guess it kind of feels like some type of way. We call it HD Rumble, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. The imagery and stuff look kind of all right for it, but it is what it is. um, the show more, or towards the end, they show more Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, which definitely is another game. If I do plan on getting a Nintendo Switch, sometime in the future, another game I definitely probably will get. That and the Mario game. They had some game, I can't remember the name of it. I think something about arms or something. I wrote it down, but I think I actually erased it. Hold on, give me a second, real quick. Um, yeah, I think it's called Arms. It's called Arms. Um, and pretty much it's sort of like it's kind of like using the gimmick of the controller, something like a Wii Sports or something like that when you use the controller and stuff. They announced Splatoon 2. I don't have no gripes for it. It's not a game for me personally, but pretty much it sold pretty well when it did release. So there is a fan base about that. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Edition looks pretty cool. And on top of that, they said something about it's gonna be like 80 games in development, which is cool. But the thing is, I think they said this before about the Wii U about games in development, especially third party games. We didn't really get that much, so I'm kind of holding that with a grain of salt. They did set stuff like Elder Scrolls that actually was revealed in the preview a couple months back that actually is coming. Which is cool. Now it may be the dumbed down version, yeah, because you're playing it on the Switch, but it does give people the option to play it. Even though that game been out since like 2011, and there's better versions like on Xbox One, PS4, and Steam that came out last year in like October. So, but it still gives people the option. So I'm not really going to knock them on that. You have other games like Lego City Underground. Was it Sonic Mania is coming, which is a game I'm looking forward to on the PS4 and in the PC. If it's coming to the PC, Rayman Legends. So it's having some third party support games that already been out already, but still some third party support. So some of these new games, I'm trying to think right now. I'm trying to see. They just said Dragon Quest 10 and 11, the Dragon Quest Heroes. Said about NBA 2K18, which is pretty cool. So you have some sports game. You had Dragon Ball Z Universe 2, the Minecraft. Even though I'm not a Minecraft type of person, but there's an option there. Ultra Street Fighter 2. You have some stuff right here, some third party games right there. Now they're kind of old, but they're not new. So coming up for the next future, I want to see what kind of third party games they're going to have. They say they already have 80 games in development. It's pretty much a list right now I'm actually reading from, which I think has 80 games or whatever. But I will put that link in the description if you want to check it out yourselves. Me personally, I think for the nutshell, that's the nutshell of it. I think, yeah, that's pretty much what I have on me right now. That's pretty much the brief stuff right there of what I got from the hour. For overall, I find it so disappointing because the Nintendo Switch, it's a lot of things that it was rumored to be true, but we didn't want it to be rumored to be true, and it was. Saying like first off with the price, $299 for an underpowered console that you can get a Xbox One or a PS4 for. I think it's definitely absurd. They should have been like 250 or at least probably a little bit less than 250 for what they're doing. You know, with the Switch or whatever. Because pretty much it's a very, like I said, it's an underpowered console, and it's not as powerful as like the older versions of the PS4 and the Xbox One. So you could have sold a little bit more right there, but now you put it on the same price scale as the Xbox One and the PS4 from the standard versions. It's not a good deal as well. I always go back to the Switch the controllers. I never, like I said, I was playing the controllers, but they spend about like 15-20 minutes talking about displaying the controllers. When you have to talk about a controller for 15-20 minutes, me personally, that's a problem. You know, all these gimmicks, they want the gimmick to work. They do. They definitely do. I had to give them some credit though, because they do. Some of the designs look nice. The prices look absurd though, but I have to give them credit for the games, the first party games. Of course, they're gonna have the first party games. Splatoon 2, Legend of Zelda. We already know that is. You know, it's coming on launch day. So Splatoon 2, Mario. We already know the first party games are coming, but there's some first party games that didn't really touch me. The only two games I actually would get was Legend of Zelda and Mario. Everything else is irrelevant to me, and pretty much it will probably be collecting dust if I do buy it. Now I wanted like a Metroid Prime. I wanted like probably a Donkey Kong. A good ass Star Fox game, not that last shit that just happened last year by Platinum Games, things like that in general, man. That's what I want. But I want to know more about this third party support. What new games are coming for third party support this year? You know, will it have? Damn, I'm trying to think of a game right now on the top of my head. Damn. Would it have something like a South Park? Would it have something like a Red Dead? Okay. I know Red Dead is rumored to come. It's as a place order to come out this year, but I think it's coming out next year. But will it have something like that, right? Um, already has NBA. Already some games like that. You know, probably get a FIFA in there. It's mystery. It's a mystery for real. Cause I want to the third party support definitely is going to be a big role. If it does not have third party support, it's not going to be succeed as great as many people want it to do. But overall, I think like I said, it's not really a bad conference. It wasn't really a good conference. If you are a Nintendo fanboy or not fanboy, if you're a very big hardcore fan, they're going to buy this no matter what. It's good. If you're a person like me that has a PS4, a PC, temporarily right now Xbox One because my brother he didn't bring it with him. So actually, I got an Xbox One right now in my house. So I got all the consoles right now besides a Nintendo console, a Nintendo, Wii U, whatever. So I'm good. I'm straight. If you just play like Nintendo consoles, this is up your alley. This is good. But if you play other versions of the games on different consoles and like the first party support isn't up to what you wanted, I don't think it's the first day one buy. That plain and simple for me personally. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this Nintendo Switch presentation. Me personally, I give it. If I had to give a score, I had to give it a C minus, man. Because pretty much, like I said, they had some good stuff, they had some bad stuff, they had some edgy, wordy stuff, and like some of the people that was actually, doing the, I guess doing the, showing the demonstrations, bruh. The thing is, which kind of made it cool to me, because I'm a very big anime fan, kind of remind me of JoJo automatically, JoJo Bizarre Adventures, greatness. But other than that, I like, I'm not buying it day one. Me personally, I'm not buying day one. Red Drum, I think he said he liked it. He said it was pretty cool. It's not cool to me, man. It's not. We may have to do another video together, with us talking about it, whatever. If he wants to do it this weekend, but yeah, I don't want it. I don't want it. So thank you for watching, guys. I see you guys later in my next gaming news video and discussions. And anything that Nintendo Switch that they announced later on the weekend, it was like anything big, I'll probably talk about it, a quick video about it, get my thoughts about it as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll check you guys later.